Pamene yomwe mutapatsidwe, sankhani 8 kuti mulipire fees. Pitirizani posankha 1 yomwe ndi St. Fees. Kenako mudzafunsidwa kuti mulowetse admissions number. Kuchoka apo, mudzaona skulu yomwe mukufuna kulipira komanso dzina la ophunzira. Onetsetsani kuti zonse ndi zolondola. Pitirirani ndi kuyika ndalama zomwe mukufuna kulipira. Lembani pini yanu ya Airtel Money kuti muvomereze kulipira. Ndipo nthawi yomweyo mudzalandira SMS yotsimikiza kuti zatheka.
Good morning, and it's time for our news updates right here on Luntha TV. And this morning, you are with me, Patrick Popper. In a message of encouragement delivered during the 100th annual meeting in San Juan, Puerto Rico, Pope Leo XIV commended the members of Catholic charities in the United States of America, referring to them as agents of hope. He urged both leaders and volunteers within the network to remain steadfast in their mission, emphasizing their role in living out the gospel call to acknowledge Christ in the faces of the poor, hungry, and homeless, as well as all individuals in need. The Pope also highlighted the essential role of Catholic charities, which operates through 168 diocesan agencies across the nation. Quoting Pope Francis, he described as Pope the desire and expectation of good things to come, stressing that the work of Catholic charities embodies this hope for millions, particularly for the most vulnerable populations, including migrants and refugees. Through providing essential services such as food, shelter, and legal assistance, these agencies exemplify God's compassion and tenderness. The Catholic Women Association in the Mzuzu Diocese are set to hold their annual general meeting at St. Teresa Parish in Catete from today up until 12/25. This important gathering aims to bring together women from the diocese to engage in spiritual and education activities. At the opening mass of the AGM, Father Isaac John Katombi, the Vicar General of the Mzuzu Diocese, emphasized that the various lessons planned for the event are intended to help participants deepen their faith and grow closer to Christ. He urged the women to remain steadfast in their ministry activities and resist worldly temptations that may distract them from their spiritual goals. Father Sam Ngoma, the Catholic Women Association chaplain for the Mzuzu Diocese, encouraged the women to take the meeting seriously, as it offers them an opportunity to connect and share valuable experience. On Thursday afternoon, Minister of Foreign Affairs George Chaponda and Minister of Finance and Economic Affairs Joseph Mwanamveka met with heads of diplomatic missions along with representatives from international and multilateral organizations accredited to Malawi. This meeting aimed to foster dialogue and collaboration between the government and the diplomatic community. According to a statement released by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the discussions highlighted the key areas where enhanced support and cooperation are essential for driving the country's economic recovery and stability. Minister Mwanamveka provided an overview of President Arthur Peter Mutharika's vision and strategic plan to tackle critical issues such as the economic downturn, food insecurity, fuel shortages, and energy-related challenges. The Malawi Human Rights Commission has joined the world in commemorating World Mental Health Day under the theme Access to Services, Mental Health in Catastrophes and Emergencies. The Commission said mental health is a basic human right and called for more attention to people's psychological well-being, especially during times of crisis such as natural disaster and health emergencies. MHRC noted that many Malawians face mental health challenges, but only a few can access proper care. The Commission asked the government to speed up the implementation of the Mental Health Act and invest more in mental health services across the country. It also encouraged community to tackle openly about mental health and support those who are struggling. Police in Palombe have apprehended 2 individuals suspected of vandalizing and stealing equipment belonging to the Electricity Supply Corporation of Malawi ESCOM. The suspects have been named as 43-year-old Richard Simon Gomani and 26-year-old Emmanuel Peri. According to a statement from the police spokesperson Jimmy Kapanga, the suspects were arrested at an ad hoc roadblock where they were found in possession of ESCOM uniforms and various tools. Among the items discovered were climbing irons, gloves, and hacksaws. Initially, the 2 claimed to be employees of ESCOM, but later admitted to being imposters. Kapanga stated that the suspects are currently in custody while the investigation continues, as they will face formal charges once the inquiry is complete. In sports news, the Malawi national football team, known as the Flames, have been awarded 3 points after Equatorial Guinea failed to show up at Bingu National Stadium due to travel challenges in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers. According to Gomezani Zagazaga, who is the communication director of the Football Association Malawi, stated that Equatorial Guinea was unable to travel due to financial difficulties. Finally, in international news, in the capital of Mali, long lines have formed at petrol stations following a fuel blockage enforced by militants from the region who have targeted tankers on major routes. The situation has caused significant disruption, with many individuals unable to access fuel, particularly motorbike taxi drivers who expressed their frustration to BBC about the impact on their livelihoods. Although some garages that were temporarily closed last week have recently reopened with the arrival of over 300 petrol tankers escorted by the military from Ivory Coast, the city of Bamako continues to experience problems. The influx of fuel is a relief, but there is a concern among residents that supply may not long last, particularly given the recent spike in fuel prices. Beyond the capital, other regions have also been grappling with the fuel shortages, power outages, and increasing fuel costs for several weeks. The military government has reassured citizens that the current difficulties are only short-term, yet the anxiety surrounding fuel availability persists as many remain apprehensive about the future. That's the end of our news updates, and this has been Patrick Popper. Good morning.